Hey, I'm Billy, and I can't read. I'm not blind, not stupid, nothing like that. I am dyslexic. It generally means that I am physically not able to read nor write. Or better, I can do it, but do it 100 times slower than other people. But don't feel sorry for me. I'm happy this way. Let me tell you what happened to me. My parents had always told me that I needed to be the best in studies to excel in life. They are both very successful. My dad is a lawyer and my mum is a physicist, so my future was well defined from my birth. I was supposed to become nothing less than a brain surgeon, and indeed, I remember my early years already doing a lot of early development. Maths, science for kids, things like that. The only thing that confused my parents was that I didn't manage to learn to read, but I was still very small, so they thought as far as I was going to school anyway, they would teach me there. When school started, I immediately saw that I was slower than other kids. That was strange. I had never seemed stupid before. I was quick-minded and easily understood anything I was explained. But when it came to reading or working with a text of any kind, I seemed an authentic retard. Even worse, writing. For me, letters were looking like splashes of water that were constantly changing their shape and size. My teachers told me, concentrate, concentrate. But what should I do if for me they were like flies escaping from paper? I remember my first test that we got marks for. I understood it was very important to bring a good mark to my parents, to show them I am not stupid. I did my best, but unfortunately managed to answer only 3 questions out of 12 in time. I didn't understand why. The questions were not hard. I knew the answers, but it just took a lot of time to understand what was written and compose the written answer. I broke a sweat. Last thing I managed to do was write my name, Bill Bumble, on it. As the teacher looked them over, she asked me to stand up and read my name from the paper. Bill Bumble, I said. She insisted that I read it from the paper. With effort, I read what I wrote. It was Bill Dumble. Everyone was laughing at me, and I was there all embarrassed. Should I say that Dumble became my nickname from that moment on? That was sad, and all I got was people mocking me all day, and a D-. I decided not to suffer on my own, and came to my parents. They frowned when I told them I nearly got an F, but as I told them about my vanishing letter problem, they decided to take me to an eye doctor. She checked my eyes and confirmed that they are absolutely okay, but proposed a visit to another doctor who specializes in learning problems. He was a very nice person who listened to me attentively and asked me to show how I write. I did my best, but failed, because I was too nervous maybe. There I said I could draw what I saw instead. I like to draw a lot, and I guess it was the only thing I was brilliant at. I drew things just how I saw them. The doc told my parents that I had a talent, and they seemed very impressed seeing it themselves. He then said I had dyslexia, and it is a chronic condition that can be improved but not cured, and that I needed to adapt to the studies somehow. He gave recommendations to prolong my test timing and to use more audio materials, but after some time at school, I understood that I lagged behind, and everyone was mocking me for this. It was hard to concentrate on the subjects, and my marks went down even more. Thus, my parents enrolled me to another school that specialized in individualized creative teaching. That's how I found out I am actually pretty smart. I had a tutor who adapted all the studies to my visual comprehension. I got creative tasks of drawing some process or rule instead of describing it in written. I got audiobooks instead of textbooks. And also, I got art classes where I became the best at once. I am still far from finishing school. I'm in my early teens, but I can say that I know what I want to be. There is no choice. I want to be an artist because it is the thing that I enjoy most in my life. I am sorry that I can't fulfill the dreams of my parents, who expected me to become a top student, but my dyslexia decided for me, and they have accepted the fact. But for dyslexia, I would have to study all those things I'm not so good at, and probably struggle to have the possibility to do what I like, which is drawing. Now I can say that I am happy, and let those letters fly away, I am better without them. Please share my story, especially if you know someone who has the same problems as I do. Subscribe to the channel to hear other stories that are told, not written, which is a very good thing to my mind.